remember saying, I got nothing left.
He swam his first Olympic race at just 15 years old, and by the time he retired, he held more gold medals than any Olympian in history. This is the story of Michael Phelps, not only the fastest swimmer alive, but arguably the greatest Olympian of all time. In this video, we'll explore how Phelps achieved the impossible, from his early struggles to his unmatched dominance in the pool, and the mindset that turned him into a legend.
4 and 5 are your two veterans locked in?
Born on June 30th, 1985, in Baltimore, Maryland, Michael Fred Phelps was the youngest in a family of 3 children. Raised in the Rogers Forge neighborhood, he grew up with his father, Fred, a state trooper and former athlete, and his mother, Debbie, a middle school principal. After his parents' separation in 1994, Michael and his sisters remained with their mother, building a close and lasting bond with her. Michael's entry into swimming was inspired by his older sisters, Whitney and Hillary, who both joined a nearby swim club. Whitney even aimed for the 1996 U.S. Olympic team, but had to step back due to injuries. As a young boy, Michael was hesitant in the water, so much so that he initially only felt comfortable floating on his back. Naturally, the backstroke became his first mastered stroke.
And Shea at 4:11. Phelps.
His Olympic dreams began to take shape after watching Tom Malchow and Tom Dolan race in the 1996 Atlanta Games. Training began seriously at the Loyola High School pool, and it was there he crossed paths with coach Bob Bowman at the North Baltimore Aquatic Club. Bowman immediately noticed Michael's natural ability and competitive fire, setting the stage for a rigorous and focused training routine. By 1999, Phelps earned a spot on the U.S. national B team. Following his trusted coach, Phelps enrolled at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, where Bowman coached the university's swim team. While studying sports marketing and management, Michael continued to dominate international meets, setting new world records at the 2006 Pan Pacific Championships in Canada and the 2007 World Championships in Australia. Michael Phelps made his Olympic debut at just 15 years old during the 2000 Summer Games in Sydney, making him the youngest American male swimmer to compete in the Olympics in nearly 7 decades. Though he didn't secure a medal, his presence signaled the arrival of a future icon in the sport. In the spring of 2001, the world took notice of a 15-year-old from Baltimore who wasn't just fast in the pool, but was rewriting the rules.
Indicating the starters in this 200 meters butterflies.
Michael Phelps set a world record in the 200-meter butterfly, becoming the youngest male swimmer in history to ever do so. But rather than soak in the moment, he crushed his own record just months later at the World Championship in Fukuoka, Japan.
Michael Phelps, Malchow took the silver.
That race didn't just win him his first international medal, it marked the beginning of a swimming dynasty. By 2002, Phelps was no longer just a rising star. He was a force. At the U.S. Summer Nationals in Fort Lauderdale, he set a new world record in the 400-meter individual medley and broke American records in both the 100-meter butterfly and the 200-meter individual medley. And he wasn't done. The following year, after finishing high school, the 17-year-old phenom rewrote 5 more world records. His performance at the World Championships in Barcelona including a jaw-dropping 1:56.04 in the 200-meter individual medley, stunned the world. Then, during the U.S. Olympic trials for Athens, he obliterated his own record once again in the 400-meter individual medley, proving this teenager wasn't just winning. He was evolving with every race. At the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens, Michael Phelps transformed from teenage prodigy to global superstar. Over the course of just 9 days, he claimed 8 medals, 6 of them gold, tying the record for most medals in a single Olympics. He wasn't just winning, he was dismantling expectations. He shattered his own world record in the 400-meter individual medley and powered the U.S. to victory in multiple relays, even in the events where he didn't win gold, the 200-meter freestyle and the 4x100-meter freestyle relay. He still stood on the podium. Athens was just the beginning. 4 years later in Beijing, Phelps delivered a performance so dominant it changed Olympic history forever. He won 8 gold medals, breaking Mark Spitz's 1972 record, and every victory except one came with a new world record. Freestyle, butterfly, medley, relays, it didn't matter. Phelps didn't just win, he redefined excellence. His 14th career gold medal made him the most decorated gold medalist in Olympic history. By the time the London Olympics rolled around in 2012, Phelps already had nothing left to prove. But he wasn't done. He added 4 more golds and 2 silvers to his collection, raising his Olympic medal count to an unprecedented 22. After London, he announced his retirement. The greatest swimmer the world had ever seen was stepping away from the sport he had ruled for over a decade. But something inside Phelps wasn't ready to let go. In 2013, whispers of a comeback began. By 2014, it was official. He was returning to competition. He eased back into the water at the Mesa Grand Prix, but it was at the Pan-Pacific Championships in Australia that the world saw glimpses of the old Phelps, as he powered to 3 gold medals and 2 silvers. Still, when asked about the 2016 Olympics, Phelps and coach Bob Bowman kept expectations vague. Quote, "We're just taking it day by day," Bowman said. But deep down, everyone knew Michael Phelps doesn't come back just to swim. He comes back to win. And win he did. In 2016, he made history once again by becoming the first American male swimmer to qualify for 5 Olympic Games. With his fiancée Nicole, their baby, Boomer, and his mother Debbie cheering from the stands in Rio, Phelps went on to win 5 more gold medals and 1 silver, including an emotional victory in the 200-meter butterfly and a dominant performance in the 200-meter individual medley, making him the first swimmer ever to win the same Olympic event 4 times in a row. His final Olympic race, the 4x100-meter medley relay, ended with gold and a standing ovation. It was the perfect send-off. With 28 Olympic medals, 23 of them being gold, and 39 world records, Michael Phelps retired for good after the Rio Olympics, being widely regarded as the greatest Olympian of all time. But beneath the surface of glory, there was pain. In 2018, Phelps opened up publicly about his battle with depression, revealing the dark side of Olympic success. After the 2012 Games, he spiraled into isolation, shutting himself off for days, battling suicidal thoughts. Quote, "I didn't want to be in the sport anymore. I didn't want to be alive anymore," he confessed. His honesty became a turning point, not just for himself, but for countless others struggling in silence. Phelps has since become a leading voice in mental health advocacy, encouraging others to seek help and challenging the stigma around mental illness. "It's okay to not be okay," he said, echoing a message that resonated far beyond sports. Phelps has also taken on another role: fatherhood. He married Nicole Johnson in 2016, and together they've welcomed 3 sons: Boomer, Beckett, and Maverick. While he's no longer chasing medals, Phelps continues to inspire. Not just through his past achievements, but through his present honesty, resilience, and drive to make a difference. Michael Phelps didn't just redefine what it means to be an Olympic athlete. He showed the world that true greatness isn't just measured in gold. It's found in the courage to keep going, both in and out of the water.